What's going on, everyone, and welcome into Expected Bets for your go-to podcast for all things hockey betting. I am Gator Betting, joined by my co-host today. We got Gretzky Betskis. Just the two of us. We'll be breaking down the Detroit Red Wings and continuing our season-long previews. Betsky, this team finished sixth in the Atlantic Division, missed the playoffs once more, had 86 points with a record of 39, 35, and 8. Overall stats were not great last year. Their power play was good, but that was kind of the only, shining light that this team had. The Yzer plan. On the hot seat?
Oh, yeah, you got to think so. Yeah, there's kind of two trains of thought here, right? So he was not the general manager for the first couple seasons that this team missed the playoffs. So he doesn't really come in. Gosh, I don't remember exactly.
2019.
19. Yeah.
Yep.
Cider is his first pick. Looks great. This team hasn't had any lotto luck. This team hasn't really been like a bottom team. So it's not like they've really drafted super high. And there are guys like Casper who looked pretty good last season, and some of these more mid first round picks and second, third round guys are starting to develop better, and you're starting to see what could be part of the Yzer plan here. But I still look up and down this roster and I go, man, how much money is this team spending on Comfort Cop? Chirot, Gustafsson, now they added Bernard Docker, like Talbot and Gibson and net. It just seems like this Yzerman just continually gets as many UFAs as he can add to this team, and it's been pushing kids from better spots and minutes, and I feel like he did all of that 2 years, 3 years too soon, and the whole momentum of this rebuild has kind of stalled out because of it. And now it kind of feels like what you see is what you get, even though I do think this team will continually get better. I don't know where they sit yet.
Yeah, they bring in Gibson in terms of goaltending. JVR is projected to be on that top line with Larkin and Raymond. Mason.
Yeah, there you go. That's one of the things I was looking for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appleton.
Yeah. They lose Petrie, Mrazek, Leon. Those are kind of the big three. Mott and Craig Smith are still UFAs, but yeah, it's
and the thing is, I know there was a lot of pressure for them. Sorry, I know there was a lot of pressure for them to make a big move this summer, and it was kind of like, where's the spot on the roster? If you want any kids to be integrating onto the team, there's not much room for a big move. And again, it goes back to how much Yzerman's loaded up to try to make a playoff push 2 seasons ago before the team was ready. And I'm sorry, what did you say?
Yeah, no, I agree with all those points. It's just they're in a strange position right now where I'm sure they feel like they should be competing for a playoff spot, but the Atlantic Division is extremely top heavy, and I don't know if they can sneak into a wild card spot.
Is this a playoff team if they were in the Metro?
The
fact
New Jersey, Carolina, and then they're battling out with like Washington, the Rangers. And then maybe Detroit's there as well. I think their odds to make the playoffs go from plus 260 to maybe plus 130. I think they're cut in half.
Seems fair. Like, do you like the Rangers more than Detroit as a team right now on paper?
Again, a lot of turnover with the Rangers too. Like there's no these middle teams, especially the wild card right now, there's no sense of identity or sense of that they've proven they can get to the playoffs like the Rangers have. Detroit hasn't.
Yep. I like the goaltending better in Detroit. I like in New York. Jeez.
Yeah.
I like some of the top end pieces better in New York. Granted, they're a little bit older. Washington, I feel like I like the depth better. I feel like I feel like Detroit and Washington are kind of similar in my mind, but one has the benefit of being in the Metro.
Yeah. I mean, Washington's pretty much 1 year away from kind of a reset, it feels like, too.
But man, you could say the same for Detroit if they don't make it to the playoffs.
But Detroit has more
Vomit.
pieces
And
they
not
can move.
you got
Detroit has
to you
more.
keep Casper,
Yeah.
Raymond, maybe if Larkin wants to stay, and then Edvinson and Sider, and then
Yeah. They're in a really, really weird spot right now. I mean, if
I know
everything
what it
clicks,
feels
this
like.
team.
It feels a bit like where Buffalo was, but without an Eichel, where the wheels keep on spinning and you keep on drafting higher than you want, and the pipeline isn't coming in at the right time. And to me, it feels like one of those teams that has one little rebuild that probably got shut off too soon because you tried to get competitive too soon, and now you got to bridge it and get some extra picks and prospects from some of the guys you can sell off, and try to get some more high end guys and keeping some of the younger high end guys you have.
They miss the playoffs again, and this team does kind of decide to do a complete retool. I think Yzerman is then out, right?
I don't know, or you give them the keys and say, now go design it without having the pressure of trying to make the playoffs for 3 years.
Yeah.
That, I mean, that's
Again, you feel for Detroit fans too, because it does feel like it's just a repeat of the same. You bring in some new additions, kind of plug and play, high hopes, maybe we can sneak into the playoffs, and then disappointment for the last several years.
Yep.
Team futures, they had, what they have, 86 points last year. The books think they're going to regress even further. Their season points total on DraftKings at 84.5, 83.5 on FanDuel. We talked about it before, plus 260 to make the playoffs. I don't really want to touch their season points total or them to make the playoffs. Like, I'm kind of just out on this team in terms of team futures.
I would agree. And also, I don't want to just completely bash this team because it is well constructed. I would say it's one of those teams in the mushy middle. I think, again, if it was in the Metro, this is a team that would be pushing for the playoffs. If they're in the Pacific, kind of a similar situation. It's just that they are in one of the two hardest divisions in the league. And maybe arguably the toughest especially as far as like teams around their skill level. Like, the Central may have more top end teams than the Atlantic, but the Atlantic doesn't really have a bad team.
Boston?
Outside of Boston.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'd say they have more. I mean, I think it's probably the strongest division, maybe rivals. I mean, the Central is pretty strong as well.
But they have Chicago and Nashville.
Nashville can't be as bad as they were last year, right?
Yeah, but they're still, I would say
Chicago
they're a
could be
caliber
worse.
under Detroit. I would say they're a caliber under every single team in the Atlantic outside of Boston.
Yeah.
And then Chicago is the same thing.
Yeah.
Even if they get better, they're still worse than it. And on paper, to me, they are worse than every single team outside of Boston and the Atlantic.
That's fair. In terms of individual player futures, I'm not sure. I think we looked this up in a different episode, but I'm not sure how many points Kane needs to get to become the all-time leader for Americans. I think it's around 50.
Yeah.
But no awards I'm touching. Cam Talbot is listed at 20.5 wins. He had 21 last year in 47 games played. Almost would lean under with the addition of Gibson.
Yeah. Now, Todd McCallan for Jack Adams plus 2,500 is kind of the same thought process that we had with Lindy Ruff for Buffalo. If you make the playoffs on a team that hasn't been in it for years and years and years, you kind of get a big boost. So that would, it's Turnier, McClellan, and Lindy Ruff, you could probably put a little bit down on all three and come out all right. I would much rather take that than them making the playoffs, though. Again,
Yeah.
I would rather go for the Grand Slam, right?
No, I completely agree. I think that's kind of the only way to approach this team. I mean, plus 260 or 25-1. You're going to take the 25-1 all day, especially if they do sneak in. He is going to be a candidate to win that award.
Yep.
Player futures, Larkin at 70 plus points, minus 120. He had 70 last year, 69 before that, 78 before that, 69 before that. Again, don't love the price.
I can't. Yeah. Yeah, it's too risky.
Even the other one I was looking at too, Patrick Kane to have 20 goals, just 20 goals, minus 130. Can't take that either. 21, 20, 21, 26. It's a barren wasteland, it feels like, with this team. I do like the McClellan 25-1 because if they do turn things around and sneak into a wild card, I can see
I can't trust like DeBrincat goals right now. I just don't know.
Larkin's had injury issues.
Raymond's really the only guy I can trust here.
Would you take Raymond? I mean, Raymond's 30 goals is minus 165. He's only hit that once. Yeah. Yeah. I don't love a lot with this team.
And how does this team react if they come out slow? What if they're like,
I think it depends
3-8-2 in their first 13 games, or that'd be really bad. Let's do 5-8-2 in their first 15.
It depends. How
does this team respond?
On one factor, Yzerman's job security. If he feels comfortable and safe that he is going to be part of that rebuild and that it's on the table for the next few seasons, maybe he moves a few pieces. If not, I think we see this team get really desperate.
I do too.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the deciding factor there. Either he takes all the chips and pushes them in the middle to try to get into the playoffs, or he knows he's safe for the next 3 to 4 years and starts the retooling early.
Yep.
Anything else for the Detroit Red Wings?
Nope.
Perfect. All right. We want to thank everyone for listening to today's episode of Expected Bets 4. Be sure to subscribe and like this video if you haven't done so already. You can also follow us on social media at Expected Bets 4 on Instagram and Twitter. Once more, we appreciate everyone for listening, and we will talk to you guys later. See ya. What's going on, everyone? The NHL season is almost here, and we have something special for all the fans and bettors out there.
Yeah, right now, if you click the link in our description, you can get the full Tails package for $40 off. That is by using code SEASON25, and you can get our package that's normally $120 just for $80.
Yep. In addition to that, you'll also get access to our one-stop shop betting guide loaded with team, player, individual team breakdowns, all the futures you could possibly want. So be sure to click that link in the description to sign up now.
Yeah, it's like ChatGTP put in an Excel sheet for you so you can rip through all of those future props. Again, make sure you're liking and subscribing all the Expected Bets 4 video content as well to help us grow. And we can't wait to be smacking in some parlays and straights with you all season long.